So we are now at the Hyundai exhibit at the 2023 Auto Expo. It was crowded because Shah Rukh Khan was here, of course, and also because the Ioniq 5 is now here. Of course, they made a big splash back in Mumbai with that big display that they did with the lights at the Gateway of India. But now they've also announced the pricing. And interestingly, they undercut the Kia EV6, the technical sibling of this car, by a good 15 lakh rupees. But let's take a closer look at the car, because unfortunately we couldn't get you a walk around of this vehicle in Mumbai. So let me quickly show you this car. For nerds out there, auto nerds, this is based on the 45 EV concept that was originally made to commemorate the 45th anniversary of the Hyundai Pony, and from that concept is born the Ioniq 5. What I really love about the car is the design, how they have carried over the proportions and the design elements of the concept and actually put it out on the road. I mean, just look at those DRLs. Look like small Lego units, pixelated lights. It just looks so nice. It's so refreshing compared to everything that we've seen in the EV space. And mind you, EVs usually want to try something different than the conventional cars that we've seen, but this one really takes it to a whole new level. Look at that rear three-quarter. I think another pretty angle for this car. That pixelation theme, you can also see it in smaller details like these. That's the charging socket. And like the EV6, this one also gives you the vehicle to load functionality, which means certain electrical applications like maybe powering the lights, like what they did at the Gateway of India, or even powering electrical appliances like coffee makers, mixer grinder. I don't know, but you get the drift. We saw that on the EV6, and now you have that here on the Ioniq 5 as well. So I really like the overall design, not just the silhouette, not just the headlights and taillights, but also some of the details. Like for example, if you look at the clamshell bonnet, the shut line is not here, but actually here it extends all the way down to the wheel arch. And the wheel arch in itself, I hope the camera is picking this up, you can see, the detailing. It almost, my cameraman pointed that out, it almost looks like the shutter of a camera. So I really like all these design details. These aero wheels are quite nice. Here for the India spec model, you get 20-inch wheels shod with 255 section tires. And then I'm also going to get into the car. And unlike the EV6, which gives you the curved display, this gets a flatter unit, but you get two 12.3-inch screens right here. But just look at those seats. These also recline down quite nicely. And there, my friend Gaurav from Gadiwadi is showing us how the center console actually moves. So let me just do that again for you guys. You can actually move the center console. Sorry if I enjoyed the photographer back there. And you can see those supports for your calves so that you can have that nice comfortable journey in the car. But I really like the interiors as well. Just like the outside, they follow that angular theme, that grid-like theme for the switches, for all the infotainment, for all the smaller switchgear as well on the steering, etc. I also like the materials used, the textures used. It's very new age. It feels very different, and the beauty is all these materials, or rather most of these materials, are made using sustainable materials, including recycled PET bottles, right? And with that adjustable center console, you can see the amount of space that it opens up. I mean, just look at this. Almost feels like airline seating, right? That's the dead pedal right there. Metal pedals here. You get a big storage space, USB port, 12-volt charger. Typical Hyundai elements, but laid out in a very different format. And that pixelated theme continues here on the door pad as well. Now, that is the rear seat, and Gaurav is again going to help us. He is going to show us what the space is like in the rear. Thank you, Gaurav. So that's the space at the rear. So that's the Ioniq 5, and I'm also going to show you a different color for it. So the silver is something that you keep seeing, the grey color, the matte grey, but there's also a gloss black that you see here. And I think even this one looks quite nice, but I think I like the grey one a lot more. Right, so in terms of the battery capacity, this one runs a 72 kilowatt hour battery pack. I'm going to go back to the grey car that we were shooting, but yes, in terms of the battery capacity, it runs a 72 kilowatt hour battery pack. Compare that to a 77 kilowatt on the EV6 from Kia. It also puts out lesser power, around 214 PS. So with the lesser power, despite having that smaller battery pack, it actually claims a longer range. 631 kilometers, if I got that right, 631 kilometers ARAI certified. That's the range that the Ioniq 5 is claiming. So overall, I think it is an excellent package on paper in terms of the specs and in terms of the design. We are hoping to drive this car very soon, and once we do, we will tell you what it drives like, how does it feel, how does that 214 PS feel compared to the higher power output that we've got from the EV6. Mind you, the EV6 is an amazing vehicle in terms of the acceleration, in terms of the handling, in terms of the overall driving dynamics as well. Does this feel as sporty, even with the power deficit? Or is this more luxury oriented? It's something that we are going to find out when we drive the car, and that should be very soon. But in the meantime, if you have any questions about this, do let me know in the comment section below, and I will try to answer them at the earliest. Thank you so much for watching this video. Until the next one, take care and drive safe.